What's up guys, this is John. Welcome to my channel Restless Riches. Today we'll be talking about the top 4 real estate trends that are everywhere in 2020. What a year 2019 has been for the real estate market overall. Driven by a significant expansion in the housing market over many decades, the median home value has more than doubled from around $111,190 in 1999 to $231,000 in 2019. Now I could use some of that expansion for this channel, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Furthermore, mortgage loans have long been the largest type of consumer debt in the United States, and in 2019 reached an astounding record high of $9.5 trillion. In the final months of 2019, home sales experienced a significant spike, so much so that growth was inevitably constricted due to limited supply. Low mortgage rates also played their role, remaining at historic lows. In 2019, housing affordability increased by nearly 5% over the previous year, but the affordability factor was distributed unequally among different income brackets. High-income households had an easier time affording a new home, as their affordability factor was nearly 3 to 7 times greater than households of a lower income. In the same year, costs of borrowing were lower, which lent itself to more consumers buying a home rather than renting. Nevertheless, the cost of purchasing a home was still more expensive than renting a home in 84% of the country's larger counties. Since the beginning of 2020, some of the trends from 2019 have rolled over, some have changed entirely, and new trends have been added as well. Let's take a look at some of the latest real estate trends that 2020 ushered in and see how home sellers and home buyers are advantaged or disadvantaged by them. Number 1, home prices continue to rise. Home prices grew significantly slower in 2019 than they did in 2018. Average home price growth was only 3.3% in 2019 as opposed to 2018, where home prices grew by a more robust 5%. With lots of economic uncertainty due to that thing that's going around, home prices will likely be nearly unchanged in terms of value appreciation. This is great news for families looking to purchase a home this year, and of course a travesty for residential real estate investors who are seeking to capitalize on home appreciation. Darn. Number 2, mortgage interest rates hit record lows. Mortgage rates have been declining since 2019, and this trend is likely to continue until the interest rates completely bottom out. Mortgage industry insiders predict that the rates will stay around 3.7% for a 30-year mortgage and a 3.2% for a 15-year mortgage. These types of low mortgage rates are never guaranteed, especially when you consider the unpredictable times we currently find ourselves in today. Tariffs, trade wars, and the sickness are just some of the factors that can heavily influence mortgage interest rates in the foreseeable future. But all things considered, they should remain steady, and if they do continue to remain at record lows, then home buyers will be motivated to buy a home sooner rather than later if supply permits. Unless you're buying with cash, it's always better to go with a fixed rate mortgage so that you will always know what your payment will be throughout the lifetime of the loan. You don't want to get one of those ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, where the rates can just shoot up, and especially if that comes at a time where you can't afford that increase in rate, it will be a disaster. Number 3, more millennials are buying homes. This is an important trend for real estate agents and home sellers to keep a close eye on, especially if you're diligent about thoroughly understanding and knowing who your buyers are. Historically, millennials have been commitment adverse and have really shied away from purchasing a home, but now are stepping up to the plate. Millennials are internet savvy, and you should therefore place as much emphasis on improving your online listings as you possibly can. As many as 98% of all millennials will use the internet to find their next dream home this year. 98% of millennials also use the internet to hit that like button, so I'd recommend you do the same if you haven't already. A smart real estate agent or home seller will work hard to upgrade their online home listings and create digital marketing sales funnels that help turn ice cold prospects into sizzling hot leads. For an expert on sales funnels, I recommend Ross Cherry. Check out his most recent YouTube video and you'll see why. When selling a home, millennials are less concerned with the size of the home as much as they are with the perks that may be included. For example, millennials are more interested in smart homes, a convenient commute to work, and of course, how far away the home is from the nearest Starbucks. Millennial home buyers are also looking for an easy and straightforward home buying experience. This is why nearly 90% of all millennials hired a real estate agent to help them purchase the home of their dreams in 2019. With the recent turmoil in the markets, 2020 will be no exception. Number 4, 3D virtual home tours on the rise. Since the recent pandemic has placed much of the country into a self-quarantine trend known as social distancing or shelter in place, homebuyers have been unable to meet with real estate agents in person as much as they'd like to. Thanks to 3D virtual home tours, however, real estate agents and home sellers are still able to showcase homes undeterred by the crisis. Homebuyers get the added benefit of being able to digitally tour property from the safety and comfort of their own home. While most homebuyers still want to see a home in person, 54% of buyers feel more comfortable visiting a property that offers a 3D virtual tour. Online listing platforms will also push out properties that offer this feature to more interested buyers. This helps increase exposure, which in turn increases interest, and of course increases offers and final sale price. Personally, I really love these 3D home tours because when you see a floor plan and pictures, it's kind of like a combination of those two. It's almost like being inside the home, like in a video game like style. You can go at your own pace. You're not limited by a showing time or showing window. You can really take the time to look at the details that you otherwise wouldn't be able to in person. Then when you get to see the place in person, you really know what you want to look out for and emphasize those things instead of just really taking it all in. You can be laser focused on, I want to see how the kitchen flows into the living room, for example. It's through this that you're able to make a more comfortable buying decision and place your offer accordingly. That being said, if you are interested in setting up a 3D Matterport tour, I can make one for you. I also do drone and walkthrough videos, so feel free to send me an email or comment below for more information. My bottom line is that some of the trends from 2019 have certainly carried themselves over into the year 2020. Home prices continue to rise, albeit slowly. Mortgage interest rates continue to plummet to all-time lows, and more millennials have entered the buying market than ever before. As of the filming of this video, the pandemic has placed the real estate market into a hard pause or hibernation of sorts for the foreseeable future, though I predict that people will continue to buy and sell homes while taking the necessary precautions to try and steer clear of the virus. For ideas on how to stay safe from the virus while touring homes, see my video on that topic by clicking up here. While business is still going on, it is hardly business as usual. Some people are shaken with uncertainty and afraid to make a move. This has led to great buying opportunities for the buyers that are out there. They have more selection to choose from and less multiple buyer situations. Taking into consideration the epidemic, they are also able to write more aggressive offers and have a higher likelihood of them being accepted. Though I have seen well-priced properties still selling like hotcakes. If there is a place out there that you love and your finances are in order, now is the time to make a move, because there's a strong possibility that when shelter-in-place restrictions are lifted, there will be a flood of buyers armed with stimulus money that will want to make a purchase. This will be doubly true if they pass the free rent and mortgage stimulus discussed with the Emergency Money for the People Act. See my previous video about that. Though that kind of sounds too good to be true, as free rent and sound mortgage sound great to a buyer, but there will be definitely some long-term costs associated with that. One great thing is that there is no long-term costs associated with giving this video a like, and it would be a long-term benefit to the channel. So your support on this YouTube journey would be very much appreciated. Remember to subscribe and be on the lookout for new content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, including tons of cute Chloe and Colin pictures. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.